In this video, we will be discussing the methods for improvement of efficiency of the gas turbine cycle. The very first method is regenerative cycle. So regeneration refers to the process of extracting the energy which is exhausted out or discharged out or thrown out through the exhaust. So how this is done is the compressed air, after the compression, it reaches the point 2, and the exhaust, after the extraction of work in the turbine 3 to 4, it reaches state 4. But the condition at 4 is at a temperature which is very high as compared to the temperature at state 2. So what we can do is we can use this heat which is at the exit of turbine in the regenerator, which will be taken by the air which is coming out of the compressor. This air will get heated, this exhaust will lose heat and then will be discharged. This air which has taken heat from the regenerator, from which is supplying heat through the exhaust of the gases, will be sent to the combustion chamber, where now less fuel will be required for heating the air to the condition 3. So the economy will be obtained, the fuel consumption will be reduced, and the thermal efficiency will be increased by using this regeneration process. The combustion chamber will be followed by this turbine, where we'll obtain work output till the point 4, and the point 4 is the one where we want to extract energy, as it is having high energy. So at from point 4 we try to take the energy out or heat out till the point 4 dash only, because at this condition the condition of the exhaust will become same as the condition of the compressor outlet. So the heat exchange will not be possible, as the two temperatures will become equal. But this thing can never be achieved, as the heat transfer cannot be obtained by 100% efficiency. So this is ideal case when the two temperatures are getting equal, but actually we can obtain some of it. So the actual condition after the compression, after the regenerator, will become in any way between 2 to 2 dash, let us take it as here, and the exhaust will come out with the from the regenerator in the state somewhat between 4 to 4 dash. So regeneration will naturally increase the efficiency or thermal efficiency of the cycle, because it is reducing the fuel consumption by giving the heat input which otherwise would have been given by the consumption of or burning of fuel in the combustion chamber. So this is the regeneration process. The efficiency after regeneration can be written as this, which is efficiency is basically written in terms of turbine work H3 minus H4 minus compressor work H2 minus H1 upon the heat supplied, which is H3 minus H2 in the normal case, and now it will be H3 minus H2 dash. So it is written in this terms here, and then these are written in terms of the temperatures, as enthalpy is a function of temperature only for the ideal gas, and air is considered an ideal gas here. So the regeneration will increase the efficiency of the gas turbine cycle. Now we are moving on to the next type of improvement, which may be done through reheating. So reheating can be named as the multi-staging process of the turbine or the expansion process. So for this, as we can see from the schematic and from the TS diagram, that the process of expansion in the turbine is divided into stages, which are this stage 3 to 4 and this stage 5 to 6, and between these two a reheater is used, which will reheat the air. So as from the as we can see from the TS diagram, 1 to 2 is the compression in the compressor, 2 to 3 is the heat in the heat added in the heat exchanger, or it may be a combustion chamber in case of open cycle. Then 3 to 4 is the expansion in the high pressure turbine till the pressure, till some mid pressure, it is P4, and then the air is sent to the reheater, where it will be reheated to a 0.5, the 0.5 may be equal to the temperature at 0.5 may be equal to the 0.3, which is known as the perfect reheating, but it may be above 4 and below 3 also, as it happens in multiple cases. So then the further next turbine is the low pressure turbine, which will be used for further expansion of the air from 5 to 6, and then the 6 to 1 is the heat exchanger, which is used for extraction of heat, and the air reaches the initial condition 1 and is circulated again and again with this cycle. Now the work of turbine in this cycle is larger than the work in the ideal case, which is without the reheater, as we can see that in the TS diagram that the pressure lines diverge towards the right hand side. So the work obtained by this multi-staging is H3 minus H4 plus H5 minus H6, which is greater than H3 minus H4 dash, because the pressure lines are converging towards the right. So a higher turbine output will be obtained by using this reheating cycle, and the turbine output is written as in the high pressure turbine it will be H3 minus H4, which will be equal to Cp T3 minus T4, and in the low pressure turbine it will be H5 minus H6, which will be equal to Cp T5 minus T6, and naturally this Cp into T3 minus T4 plus Cp into T5 minus T6 is greater than Cp into T3 minus T4 dash. So the turbine output is increasing due to the reheat cycle. But an additional thing which we have to consider is the heat input is also increasing, as initially it was 3 to 2 only, but now it is this Cp T3 minus T2 plus Cp T5 minus T4, which is the additional input due to the use of the reheater. And another infrastructural cost as well as the operational cost that will be added will be the heat rejection in this region. So the heat rejection was initially from 4 to 1 when the reheating was not used, but now it will be H6 to H1, which is a large amount. So the thermal efficiency of the gas turbine cycle may increase or may decrease by the use of reheating, because this heat addition will also affect the thermal efficiency, and hence it may increase or decrease. Now the efficiency can be written in the terms of enthalpies as the 2 turbine works minus the single pump work, as we have not staged the compressors, and the 2 heat inputs, one in the combustion chamber or heat exchanger and second in the reheater. So this will lead to the increase or decrease of efficiency. However, with the use of this reheating along with the other types of this methods, like it is regeneration, then it may be beneficial. Now another type of improvement in the cycle may be obtained by intercooling, or it may also be called as the staging of the compression process, like it was staging of the expansion process in the reheating process. So as we can see, this is the block diagram or schematic, and this is the TS diagram. So this is the low pressure compressor. It is the compression is taking place from 1 to 2 in this, then 2 to 3 is the intercooling process which takes place in the intercooler. It is a heat exchanger which is used for extracting the heat from this air which is coming from the 2 point. Now this air, when it is cooled till 0.3, is sent to another compressor which is known as high pressure compressor, and the compression is done from 0.3 to 0.4, and hence it is complete till the required pressure. Now it is sent to the heat exchanger, where 4 to 5 the heat addition will be done. Then 5 to 6 will be the turbine expansion of the air, and hence the work output will be obtained. And then the air will be sent to the heat exchanger, where the heat will be extracted back, and then it will be circulated in the same cycle again and again. So the difference in this cycle as compared to the Brayton's one is the multi-staging of this compression process, which is requiring an intercooler, and as a result it is reducing the work input in the compressor, as this pressure lines will converge in the left direction, and hence this 3 to 4 will be less than the work as it would have been when this line would have been extended in the straight line. So the work input is reduced, and hence we may obtain an increased efficiency. But one more condition we have to observe here is when the intercooling is not used, it is from 1 to 2, and then in the straight line from 2 until this point where I have put the arrow, then the heat addition would have been from this point to the point 5. But in case of use of intercooling, the heat addition from 4 to this point, it is an additional heat addition due to the intercooling of the multi-staging of the compression process, and hence the heat supplied is also increased. So due to the intercooling, again the work input is reduced, but the heat input is also increased. So all over will be the increase or decrease of efficiency may result. However, when this is combined with the other types of improvement processes such as regeneration, then it will give the improvement of the efficiency of the cycle. So this is the formula for the efficiency along with intercooling. So this is the turbine work with a single turbine. These are the two compressor works with the multi-stage compression, and this is the heat input with the intercooling. So this was all about the methods for the improvement of the efficiency of Rankine cycle. All the combined methods can be put into one, and the combined cycle is shown in this diagram. So this is the intercooling, this is the reheating, and this is the regeneration. So this is shown in the TS diagram also. This is showing intercooling, this is showing reheating, and this is the ideal regeneration case. And the efficiency can be written in the combined efficiency by using all these is 2 turbine works, 2 compressor works, and the 2 heat inputs, one in the reheater and one in the main combustion chamber. So this is the combined cycle which will give an increase or improvement in the efficiency of the Brayton cycle. So that's all about the improvements, methods of improvements for the cycle efficiency of the Brayton cycle. Later we will discuss the numericals on gas turbines. Thank you so much.